Hi, welcome to Timeless Marketing. Have you ever been exposed to a tactic or an idea? You didn't fully appreciate it until like decades later. I talked a little bit in an earlier video about my dad and his career as a car salesman. And he had this one little technique that he used back in the day in the 70s, 80s. If you were coming in to buy a car, especially a higher end car like a Cadillac or other luxury vehicles, I'm sure, you had to order it. So you went in and looked at a model on the floor and you checked it out and you asked for whatever features you wanted and accessories you wanted and color and all of that. And it took about 6 weeks for you to get your car. Nobody would put up with that now. They want to drive out of there with it, but that's how it worked then. And when he would call somebody to let them know that their car was ready to be picked up, he would take the ugly factory cut keys, like the ones you get made at Ace Hardware or Home Depot, and he would take them to the parts department and he would have a plated set of keys made for them. They were really sharp looking. They had a raised Cadillac emblem and they came in a felt case that opened up and everything. And he would present that to the person when they came to pick up their car, which was really classy. And he was not a flashy guy. This was just a classy thing to do. And then the cooler thing, even that was really subtle, but he took the old crappy factory keys and he taped them to the back of one of his business cards. And he suggested that they put that in their wallet. So if they ever locked themselves out of their car, they'd have a spare set of keys. And those just seemed like nice little ideas to me for the longest time. And the more I learned about marketing, the more I realized that he was doing two things. The first one was called onboarding. And he made a special display of welcoming them as one of his clients because he fully intended for them to come back over and over again and to fulfill their needs. And he really set a high mark. And every business should have a mentality of onboarding new clients. You should know when you're getting a new client, if it's at all possible. I mean, if you're selling hot dogs, it's not easy to do, but almost anything else. And you should have a little bit of a show for that. And the other one, he told me years later that over a span of 10 or 15 years, he probably had 50 people call him and say, hey, I used those keys today. I locked myself out. And it culminated in a conversation for them to come in and get another car, which in today's dollars is $45,000 to $70,000 for a $10 set of spare keys at the most. So what he did there was he set up a second very positive event, even though it might be down the line a little bit, for that client in advance. And I think one of the smartest things you can do, besides having an onboarding show, is to build in the second transaction into the first one. And I'm going to share multiple examples of how you can do that in this video series. So if you appreciate those two ideas, come on back and I'll elaborate on them and give you some ideas on how you can use these in your business. Thanks a lot for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.